I think that most men cheat because they choose a woman to be with that they're not obsessed with. And what we're missing obsessed, I'm not talking about, yeah, check a woman phone, yeah, run her down.
Mm-hmm.
You have to look at the woman and feel proud of the woman, like, yo, yeah, she beautiful in your eyes. This is the woman you want to go with. This is the woman you want to show off with. This is the woman you want to tell your friends about and stuff like that. Once you have that in a woman, I think you should be fine. Like,
You're in the right place. It's Unpacked That with Miabelle.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Unpack That with Miabelle. And today's guest is literally a part of my childhood, okay? All the
Yeah.
parties that I went to in Queens, please don't play with it. The soundtrack to my Caribbean life is Kranium, the melody god. He's in the building.
yeah, I'm here. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm fine.
Now, look, it's a
Mhm.
lot going on in dancehall. It's a lot going on in music right now.
True.
And I feel like a lot of people don't give dancehall what it deserves,
Mhm.
especially in this space.
Yeah.
I give myself, a slap on the wrist too, because the reason when I, get involved in the music is from whatever that I hear in the streets. I ask my friends, like, what's happening in dancehall? I make them make me playlists and all these things.
Got you.
But I want you to tell me what space dancehall is in right now, and then we'll get into where you're at.
No, I feel like dancehall is in a great space. I always been in a great space. The big what's the word I'm trying to find?
Misconception, maybe?
Of it is that dancehall in America has always been a flavor. It's not a priority. So we cannot come to somebody's country and feel like it has to be the number one movement of genre or whatever the case may be. I just feel like we hear so much dancehall music throughout all year round in America, like whether it's by a dancehall artist or it's by a Rihanna or by a Drake or by somebody just using the sound.
Right.
I don't think nothing is really. I don't think is a thing where it's not being. What's the word I'm trying to like? I don't think. I just want to make sure I'm politically correct. I don't think that I don't think that is missing.
Right.
I think that we spend a lot of time talking about how it's not being on the forefront when it's actually there.
Right. Because it's infused in a lot of the music that we listen to. Hip hop, Afrobeat, reggaeton, not reggae, but all of it is influenced by.
I just feel like we have nothing to prove at this point. I just feel like it's here and it's gonna always be here and it's the heartbeat of the people. And dancehall is a very special music. And I feel like once you're in a party in your era, whether it's old school dance or a new school dance, it makes you move, it makes you vibe. And I don't feel like we should always stress on that, saying, it's not really what it, you know what I mean? Because I feel like we are looking for that 2090s early part when it was fresh,
Right, and that is what I loved.
Yeah, it was fresh. It's like Afrobeat. No, we go outside, we hear Afrobeat all over the place because now it's new to a lot of people who never heard it before.
Right.
So we're gonna hear it. Eventually, it's gonna become the norm where they have nothing to prove. It's a part of what's going on, and it's a regular thing for your era Afrobeat record, like era dancer record. This is.
Yeah,
in them situation there.
For sure.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't know all of the details that I done found out about your life.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
And I kind of want to take it back to some of your first memories in Jamaica before you moved over here.
Okay.
And, what kind of set the tone for you to, of course, love where you're from and just keep that with you in everything that you do?
I feel like the most important thing in a man's life is culture.
Mm-hmm.
I think that some of us get carried away when we go to a different place and feel like we need to forget where we're from or what we're used to or the morals that your culture, you're growing to.
Right.
And for me, I've always been a very smart kid. I'll brag and say that I've always been very smart.
Brag on it, come on.
And I've always knew that America is an opportunity for me. There's a famous saying that when you go to, like let's say, when you go to Rome, do what the Romans do. I refuse. I took everything that I've learned in my early days, apply it to my life, and I maneuver myself throughout the States in New York City with other culture and understand to respect everybody, place, everybody, culture, everybody vibe, and just bring my vibe that I've learned in Montego Bay when I was growing up as a young youth. And I feel like it stayed with me all this time and I never tried to change. I don't try to come and talk like I'm American. I don't try to sing music like I'm American. I stay true to what I know from my youthful days, and that's why I'm still here today.
Yeah, and you've
Yeah.
been so consistent with
Yeah,
it. And that's what made me ask, because I know America changes a lot of things
Yeah.
when, people come here. I know that for Caribbean people, I'm Haitian,
Yeah,
so
so
I
I say.
understand. My bule, PT. Don't I can do this whole
I
conversation
speak
in Creole.
I could say like 2 words.
You like Haitian food?
Yeah.
You do?
I like Asian girls too a lot. You know, I learned like few things and stuff like that.
Okay, I like
Yeah.
that energy. Now, I know coming from the Caribbean, like you said, America is, an opportunity for a lot of people.
Yep.
But then when you get here, especially in New York, and you see how surviving is not easy.
No.
Sometimes you come here, like when my family tells me stories about when they first came to America, especially later on in their life, they were looking around like, hold on, I might have to go back to Haiti because what is this? But then, of course, the strength that they have within and that grew them over in the islands, they're able to figure it out and find a way for their family. So what was that kind of like snap into reality for you when you came here and saw that it wasn't all, sweet? Or was it sweet in comparison to where you were before?
The greatest thing about Caribbean parents, and I could only speak from Caribbean parents. When I speak from my experience, because I never really been in an American household to really know what that lifestyle is like. But as far as parenting, I think that Caribbean parents have a perfect way of taking their kids away from what's really going on in the actual world.
Yes.
Yeah. So when I was young, I didn't know what America was really like, and the struggles part of it,
right?
Because I never get to see it through my mom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when I got older, where it's okay, high school is finished now, and now it's gonna start the real world. That's when it hit me like, yo, this is really hard. Like these bills are real.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the first time I got my first meal, and it was a bill. I was like, you get the first check and you realize, say, oh, the taxes take out so much of your stuff. And then,
so many taxes.
You know what I mean? So, but growing up, I had struggles. Obviously, we have struggles. My parents wasn't rich, but I really think that they did a great job of sheltering me from understanding what the real world was until like when I get there, and then okay, I got help you, but eventually I could figure it out, because I feel like Caribbean parents will help you to the point where them be like, they make you creep until you walk. They don't show you out in the world like that. So
absolutely, their home is open to you until.
Mm-hmm. So it wasn't like, I'm not gonna come in an interview and lie like it was
the biggest struggle.
It was the biggest struggle of everything. But I do had my rough times, and I feel like everybody's story is different, and what is easy for you is hard for next man, and what's hard for next man is easy for somebody else. So we all have different struggles in different ways. But as far as the real struggle of America, I've never really experienced it until like when I get older.
Right.
Yeah.
And you were always in survival mode in that way. So it wasn't something unnatural. It was just, this is life.
Exactly. This is life. I grew up with that. Yeah, it's exactly that's what it is. It is what it is. Came out, figure it out. Yeah.
I love that. Now, what about music? And when did that come into play? I know it comes from within. Yeah. It's innate. It's all up in your family. Your uncle, Screwdriver.
Yeah, Screwdriver. So I started music in church. I feel like most Caribbean parents.
What kind of church did you go to?
I went to a Church of God.
Okay.
A Sunday church. I feel like every Caribbean kid have to go to church. Once you have a grandmother who was born in the 30s, you know what time it is.
Yeah.
I had to go to church. So I started going to church. And I started singing in choirs. I like a woman react to it. And I was like, okay.
How did the women react?
I was like, oh, this is gonna be my thing to get out of this thing. And I started singing, and once I started to sing, I realized that this is really good, you know. But I didn't know about making records. So when I went to Florida, because I went to high school in Florida too also, and I met up back with Screwdriver, was my uncle who is a musician. Yeah. He taught me a lot of stuff that I needed to learn, like the basics.
Of how to make a song.
Yeah, like how to, not saying make a song, but more like, oh, you need to sing like this, hold keys like this, breathe like this. And when I get back to New York, at the time, Sean Paul was the hottest artist. And I used to see the influence of dancehall and everything. And I was like, you know what? Like, I could sing. Let me see what I can do, and then I just learn melodies, and then the rest is history.
Right.
Yeah.
The melodies. Melody God, for
Only one.
sure.
Yeah.
Now, when it came to putting out the single that struck stardom, what was the process of that for you?
It was a very unique night.
Because you put Nobody Has to Know out yourself.
Correct.
You didn't have any backing.
No.
So kind of map out the situation you were in at the time. Were you doing music full time at that point, or did you have a little job and you were kind of hustling?
I was actually working at the airport.
Really? Which one?
I was working at JFK Airport. And I remember putting out the song, and first of all, we recorded the song the night, and I knew it's different. I was like, yo, this is bad. Like, this is really good.
Right.
One of them situations, I was like, this is really good. So I teased the song, I posted it on Facebook, and I just woke up the next morning, I had like 400 likes. No, let me tell you something. Look at the camera. 400 likes back then for me.
On Facebook.
That's a nobody. I used to use like 12 likes and 6 likes. This was like, oh, this is serious. And the song, people just started posting. That was before viral was a thing.
Right.
Just went viral.
Viral on Facebook, 400 likes.
I'm just saying, I'm out of here. And the song just started growing and growing and growing. And the song just blew up.
Right. Now, for a consumer like myself, I didn't have any prior knowledge to, like, of course, I don't know you're working at the airport or whatever's going on. I'm, a young girl. 2013, right?
It's 2015.
2015? How old was I in 2015? I was definitely early 20s, I believe.
Because I was young. I was young. I think my song came on when I was 19.
You were 19.
Yeah, I was youth.
I feel like I was the same age then at that time. So for me,
because I hit right when I left high school, like 2 years after, a year and a half after.
Yeah. And I'm just thinking, like, who's this star? You know what I'm saying? Not having any prior knowledge to you just hustling.
And it's crazy
before
because
that.
I didn't care. I say this every day, like when I didn't care about being famous or being star and all that stuff.
Right.
I just wanted to make music.
Right.
I didn't care about any of that. I'm not the type of artist where I'm ever gonna be on some stardom stuff. I don't have time for that. Like, I'm here to sell music.
Right.
Yeah, I don't care about nothing else. You know what I mean? Now I get into like the style and the dressing and stuff. Like, I like it, but I don't care about that. I feel like what lives on is what you say and what resonates to people. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of artists who come. In my time, I'm not even laughing, but I see a lot of artists who comes when I came out, and I don't know what happened to them where they are now. And I feel like they never, like, the priority wasn't on what the real source of this thing is, which is music. And I felt like that's what set me apart at the time. I just cared about music. I want people to see me and remember me and say, oh, this youth, his quality is always good. And people always like, when Nobody Else came out, everybody was like, where's his next hit? But nobody understand my vision. My vision was always to have one record at a time. I've never dropped 2 songs or 3 songs. Yeah. Because I knew that dancehall music is not a priority here, it's a flavor. So how I'm gonna keep my existence, and how am I gonna grow in this thing? If I give them too much, they're gonna get tired of me. If I don't give them too much, they still probably just leave me alone. But if I give them quality, it would work. So I just start finding out that formula.
Yeah, and I think that was the best formula, especially 100%. For you. When I look into, the projects that you put out, and I'm like, wait, hold on. The features,
it's crazy.
I'm talking Burna Boy, Ty Dolla $ign. Of course, I knew that record, but you also have AJ Tracy and
I did Ed Sheeran, Tory Lanez, Ty Dolla $ign, Baby Rexha,
Burna.
I've done some stuff with Usher.
Queen Naija.
I've done a lot of records there.
Yeah.
I even behind the scenes, there's a lot of records I've done too that I don't talk about.
Of course. And, digging through the music is how I found that out. But the singles are what kind of really penetrated for me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Yeah.
The singles I'll be voicing on an average 40 to 50 songs and pick only one. So I feel like it keeps the quality. So I could record 20 songs, but you'll never hear the 20.
Right.
in your life. You'll never, because my goal is you will never hear a Wack Kranium record. The minute you hear a Wack Kranium record is the day when I stop doing music. It will never happen.
I know that's right.
Because I just go through them and I don't rush anything. I don't rush nothing at all. I don't rush nothing. I remember even when we put Gal Policy out, this is like,
that's 2019, right?
Yeah, no, it's 2020.
2020,
Yeah.
we were in the pandemic.
It was
I was
in the
actually,
middle of the
I
pandemic.
wish you didn't put it out there
Yeah?
because I felt like if it was, we weren't
That's my
outside.
point. It was
And
so
I
good.
needed, it was too good. Take it back. Take it back and re-release it.
The world was, the thing is, music was in a panic world because I knew for a fact I wasn't outside. No, if I miss this new, because 2020 is not just 2020. That's like a new generation.
Yes.
You get
It's
what
a
I'm saying?
whole
Like, it's a whole
switch.
different switch.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need to be in the mix because if I miss them, I think they're gonna forget about me.
Right.
And what makes that song so amazing to me, and that would be one of my favorite songs because
Same.
how do you make a hit song in the middle of a pandemic?
How?
You know? So I feel like that was like the best feeling of it. I like, okay. It's still if I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I really got it.
How were you during the pandemic? Like, what was going on in your life?
I was stressed.
For you to come out with Gal Policy.
I lost like 4 girlfriends.
Of course, because you was out here with the mistresses and they was calling after 9 o'clock.
You know what I'm saying? I couldn't get to go where I want to go now, so the lies couldn't be told anymore.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Please, this is not what I thought was gonna happen. You went through 4 girlfriends during the pandemic. What were you doing to these women?
It was like, why can't you come? I can't come.
Were they all in New York? One in Jamaica, one in Florida.
But it was a very unique time to be alive. Yeah, it was a very unique time to be alive. And I legit like, how can I connect with people?
Right.
What can I do? What can I say? How can I say things? Man.
Where did you record Gal Policy?
Here in New York.
Okay.
All of my hits are recorded in New York, except one.
Okay.
I can't believe I was recorded in Buju Banton Studio in Jamaica.
Oh, wow.
Which is Marcus Records. Big up Marcus.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Well, I ask only because we were shut down during that time. So were you still
I was in New York. I was in Long Island. Locked in. Being allowed to go to the park and back.
Right.
Remember when they had us just to go to the park only and come home? Yeah, and I went to the studio and I was dating. Yeah, it was very.
You're dating someone at the time. We don't need to know who.
It was just like not dating someone at the time, but it was very interesting. It was a very interesting in my life. COVID was a very interesting time.
Okay.
It taught me a lot about myself. It taught me a lot about people. It taught me a lot about consumers. It taught me a lot about music. And it taught me that quality will always be. I'll stress this forever to all artists. Like, quality is the most important thing. Like, I hear people talk about it before, like the older artists would say it, and they say like, they're old, you know, they're older tune. But that quality is different. When you have quality records, you can't. There's nothing that can stop it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Now, the content within the records, it's always gearing towards the women.
Yes.
Which I love, of course. Gets very explicit too.
A lot of cheating, yeah.
I mean, oh my God. What? So where are you pulling all this from? Is this like real experience? Is it just, and not even just the cheating, because you're a real lover boy too.
True.
You give us that energy.
I think so. I feel like
you give us both.
I think for me it's like, why sugarcoat stuff? Like, we go through stuff every day. Everybody goes through stuff. And I feel like that's the difference. When I came, I just felt like I wanted to slow things down, but be as raw and real as possible.
Right.
As long as I'm not offending nobody.
Right. And the thing is, if you don't really listen, you're going to think that you're listening to some sweet love song because your sultry voice is so beautiful. But then when I started listening, I'm like, oh, he talking about the mistress.
Yeah, I be saying the most craziest real stuff though. With melodies, like sweet melodies over it. And the funny thing is, I'm not a writer because I can't write music.
No?
No, I can't write music. So for me to sit and write a song will never happen.
So how does it go for you?
I just sing.
And that's why they call you Kranium, because it's all up here. Come on.
Yeah. So I go in the studio and just sing off the top of my head, but I put in the form of a story. So I realize in my career, like in my artistry, is like, this is what I'm gonna do.
Right.
I'm gonna tell short stories like you're reading a book in 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how that whole thing began. Of me just saying stuff that we talk about, whether it's a conversation, like even the new record right now, yeah,
Mama's
Boy is like TikTok, everybody's running with it now.
Mm-hmm.
It's because it's a story.
Yeah.
You know, it just start off a story, and I just stick to the subject in my mind, which whatever the topic is, and I just follow that through, and that's why I create records.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the storylines, they are very, very, I don't know, they're very descriptive,
Yes.
I would say. Like, are you into the Jamaican movies, Haitian movies, African movies?
Yeah, I've been watching movies.
Yeah, but like the ones from the homeland
Yes.
where the drama is always so
Soap opera.
crazy.
My music is soap opera.
Yes.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yes.
That's all it is.
All the way.
Yeah, mainly soap opera.
Talk to me about Mama's Boy, because as I was listening, I was trying to figure out the storyline, and it was taking me through different places, not where I thought originally you were going to take me because of that voice. So tell me about the story of Mama's Boy.
Boy is basically saying, your pussy is too good to be arguing with people.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Yeah, so it's like your pussy is too good to argue with boys. He want to sleep at your house but don't even know your landlord. I mean, he never paid the rent in his life. I think that women should be spoiled if they are good girls. And
you believe that?
100%.
Thank you.
Yeah,
and speak on that, because I need the rest of
No,
I need the rest.
I think that most man happiness comes through a woman. 100%.
In what way?
In multiple ways. I feel like ain't nobody's gonna console you like a woman. If you're having a hard day, there's nothing like a good woman when you come home to her.
Yeah.
I think that beside every successful man is a strong woman, not behind. I don't like the term a successful man. When you know the term they say, yo, behind every successful man is a woman, I don't like that. Because if you're trying to be behind me, you're trying to be my boss. So beside every successful man is a strong woman.
I love that.
And I feel like that's where it is. I feel like women are like the pillar to a man. 100%. Like I really do believe that.
Yeah.
Even though we're not perfect, of course we go to road and we do dumb stuff. Some of the time it's really sad that some of us don't know we have until we lose them. And that's because a man is always gonna be a man. And that term man is gonna be a man is really a real thing, because we all are not perfect and we all fall short sometimes, and women are showing up different from man. Women are more emotional, man are we're less emotional. We just do things just to do things.
Right.
But woman is really the pillar of a man, you know what I mean? And we have to understand that. The best way we say it is like, man was born to suffer and woman was made to feel pain. So we can't do both. A woman can't suffer and a man can't feel pain. And that's how we can't understand that side of it. So the truth is, I feel like women should be pampered because they bring us peace. Yeah.
And what made you want to bring that to a record? What do you see in women today that made you want to remind them that, hey, you deserve this, that, and the third?
I think I was just going through a thing where I was just in the studio chilling, and I was like, it's crazy. Like, I always see the conversation about who pay half a rent.
Right.
Like, this is crazy.
50-50, who gonna pay the bill? Who gonna do this?
I don't think we should talk about it. You know, I was like, it's crazy. Like, do what you want to do. Like, if you can afford it, afford it. If you can, you can. You cannot expect, you know what I mean? And I feel like it's different bracket for different people and different relationship. Like, yeah. But I always feel like, even if you're not paying a rent or something, like, it'd be nice. Buy her, you know, she like, if every 7 months you buy her something really, really good, you save up and get it, of course, just do it.
Right.
And the same goes for a woman too. I think a woman should always remember, say, a man is still a man, but we still want to feel like we don't care about it, you know what I mean? So if you know him like Jordans, buy my Jordan. Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out soon, go buy it. Pre-order it. So that's
right.
Yeah.
Of course. And you also know too that when you give your woman that energy, and it doesn't always have to be material things, but when you know, invest in your woman in a certain way emotionally and do all of that, you get it back tenfold.
Yeah, you have to cheat more. She now pay attention.
Oh my God.
But yeah.
But yeah, you get the world. When a woman is happy, you get 100%. The world.
Yeah, there's nothing that they won't do for you.
Right. And that's why you know too the value of a woman. So when we gonna stop cheating and settle down? Are you in a relationship?
I don't cheat. No, you say if I'm in a relationship? I'm Singlish.
Single-ish?
Yeah, I always said it'll be years I've been saying that. But like I feel like I'm where God wants me to be. Yeah.
What does that mean?
I wouldn't say I feel like I'm in a happy place.
Are you dating?
I think we all did. I don't think there's nobody single.
See, whenever men start doing the general thing,
No, but
I
it's
get
true.
worried.
No, but I feel like everybody did. I feel
Right.
like even if you're single, we all have that one person to where we can go to have a drink with or have a good time with. No?
Right. For me, I say single until married, but never lonely.
Understand.
Because that phone
like
is,
that
I could pick that phone up
That's what I'm
whenever. You
saying,
know what
you
I'm
know what I
saying?
mean?
But
Yeah.
so that's your version of single-ish?
Yeah, my version is like I could be whatever you want me to be in the moment if I'm open to a conversation. So if me and a woman have a conversation and you hear me having the conversation with you, obviously I don't have anybody. You know what I mean? But there's ways to find out the real truth, but I can't share it.
Okay. Yeah. Now, what does it take for Kranium to be in a relationship, a monogamous relationship?
Peace.
Peace.
Give me peace. That's the only thing I ask for.
Right.
Peace. I don't see the sense of being in a relationship where you're gonna antagonize me. Or make my life like I'm not in no shape or form mentally to be with nobody that's gonna make me question myself. It's not gonna happen. So I need peace. Yeah.
Okay. Peace.
That's all I'm gonna ask.
And that is what gets you to sit down with one person.
I don't have to worry about nothing. I don't think about what you're doing. You're not worrying about what I'm doing. There's no arguments unnecessary. People can always argue. Nobody is perfect. We all have disagreements. But argument and disagreement is two different things. Some people just argumentative. I can't bother the argument. I can't bother with I feel I prove myself whatever everything. I feel like if you don't trust somebody, don't be with them.
But when you do get that peace, does it make it easier for you to step out because your person isn't on your body about where you are, what you're doing, and all these things?
No, you know what it is? Like, it's like most men cheat. For my example, right? Let's jump to this. I think that most men cheat because they choose a woman to be with that they're not obsessed with. And what we're missing obsessed, I'm not talking about, check a woman phone and run her down. You have to look at the woman and feel proud of the woman, like, yeah, she's beautiful in your eyes. This is the woman you want to go with. This is the woman you want to show off with. This is the woman you want to tell your friends about and stuff like that. Once you have that in a woman, I think you should be fine. Like, other than that, you're greedy at this point. So for me, it's like more the woman that I'm really obsessed with. Like, I love everything about her smile, her vibe, her ways, her personality, the way she treat me, and I'll be good.
That's when, okay.
That's when you know. It's like, don't lose this. Yeah, because I feel like we meet two. I think in our lifetime we meet only two good ones. And women meet only two good men.
Yeah.
And most of the time, the ones that we do wish we had wasn't like really, they had them shot or something.
Yeah. I agree. Wow, Kranium, you got a lot to say. You're a really smart guy. I mean, I know you said it yourself, but there's a lot of depth in there.
Yeah, I look at life on both sides, and I feel like as artists, it's crazy. I feel like as artists, are people into like anybody who is into creative things. I think we have a different mindset.
In what way?
Like when people say you're weird, I don't think that we're weird. I feel like we're more on the other side of life looking in.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I feel like
we see more. It's a bigger perspective. Yes. Yeah.
And we're not judgmental. The only way to truly love is not if you're not judgmental. If you're judgmental, you can't love. You have to be somebody that's not judgmental, or somebody who can look at things from a different angle. That's the only way you're going to be able to like quote me yourself and really love somebody, because you're going to understand that everybody has their own thing and everybody have their own way of going about things. And you have to be able to understand that and just move along with that. Because if you don't, if you're somebody who, and most time, I feel like some people just have personal problems.
Yeah.
Like they lack that understanding of themselves to even love somebody else too. Like, it's so much little.
Are you in therapy?
No.
No?
I think, have I been to therapy one time?
One time, like one session.
Yeah, I was trying to tell this girl that I'm changing, but I didn't change.
And you went to therapy to convince her
Yeah,
that
one
you were
time.
changing.
Yeah,
You went
yeah.
to see the lady.
I went to see the lady.
Oh my
you know
God.
about it, but I didn't see the lady though, for real.
You did?
This wasn't just a lady. You know what's crazy?
You went to a real
I
therapist?
went with her. It's so funny you said that because I was having this conversation today and I was like, it's crazy, like all men seem like they're the same. Because that lady term I've used before.
It's true. You went to go see the lady
I'm dead.
to appease your woman at the time, to show her that you changed, and you went one motherfucking time.
Yeah, I went one time. It wasn't for me. I felt like I was wasting money.
Right. And I only asked that because you have such a great perspective on life. And you said it's a creative thing, but I also think it's a knowing yourself thing too. And you get to know yourself more through therapy. And
you think so?
Absolutely.
Really?
Oh, baby, I'm the biggest therapy advocate. Absolutely. It's like looking into a mirror and figuring out when you're going for yourself and not for the sake of a relationship. Even when you are going for a relationship, it's more so about what you've been through. Absolutely. Kind of unpacking the things that you've been through and figuring out why you are the way you are and how to evolve from that and how to leave certain things in the past and just how to grow and kind of cultivate the life that you want to.
Wow.
And when you're looking in the mirror and you're okay with who you are and your past and all the things that you've been through, it's so much easier to grow, you know?
Yeah.
So a lot of people who have difficulties with that and traumas, I feel like we all do, I think they thrive off of that.
I think it's a mental space. I think for me personally, I feel like nobody can make nobody change. And no therapy that you go through, to me personally, this is for my opinion. I don't think there's no therapy that I can go to that's gonna change my aspect and how I approach things. I think it all begins with the person mental space.
Right. Oh,
like,
absolutely.
Get up and just say fuck it. You know what I mean? I'm not letting this bother me no more. Because when you go to therapy and you talk, it helps you unleash the baggage that you have. Because I felt that, I'm not gonna lie, when I went there and I was talking, I felt like, oh shit, it's like, man, I let everything.
You're talking to somebody who doesn't really know you. Nothing, yeah.
Back then, there's no judgment. You understand? Because that's somebody you don't know, so not judgment. So the baggage came off, but your mental, it's still stuck there.
Well, you went to one session, so
maybe if we got like 15.
You're gonna need a few more because
like 140. Like 140
you're gonna need a little bit more because it takes time to unlearn a lot of the stuff that we grew up learning that aren't the best for us now. You know what I'm saying?
Understood. It's true.
Yeah, and I think, like you said, the first step is knowing that, there has to be a change. You got to want that change. You got to want to go to therapy and want to see more about yourself or figure out why you are the way you are. You know what I'm saying?
It's like I'm reading this book called The Way Man Thinketh. And it's like one of the best books. I can't even finish it yet. So I can't even speak much on it because I haven't done the book as yet. But it just highlights certain things. It's like, it's so true. Like, but everything for me is personal, is mental. You wake up one day and you'll be like, I'm not doing this no more. And I'm going to walk away from this. And everything else, I think you'll fall into place, especially relationships. I feel like relationships is a thing where you have to like mentally make up your mind, like, I want to do this. You have to commit yourself, say, I want to do. You have to make it a commitment. People think relationship is all about love. Love is the base.
Right.
Love is not even the full thing. It's like personality, it's trait, it's
lifestyle,
way you think. It's just like you get up and you want to run. You maybe not be the fastest person, but I promise if you train, you run faster. So if you train off to love somebody better, you learn off to love them better. Yeah. So
What would you say being in this music space as a creative has taught you? I mean, you've been in the game for a while. Yeah. You've seen ups and downs. Yeah. You've signed to a label, so you know what that's like, especially being, a Caribbean artist with a label out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is something that you feel that you've learned that can, you've made peace with?
I've learned that nobody cares about an artist, but everybody cares about the song. That's one thing. That's one of the most important things I learned. Just I always remember that it's the music. It's not you.
Right.
If you make it about you, you lose. Make it about the music. So, and I've learned very fast and very quickly, because some of the time, a lot of us as artists would burn bridges because we feel like the person at the time.
Right.
And then when it's not working the way it is, nobody cares no more because they don't remember how nice he was. They can't see past how fucked up of a human being he was. So I've learned through this whole process is there's a difference between being a fool and being humble. And I feel like a lot of people don't know the difference because some people think they're humble because they're quiet.
Right. No.
So I've learned, so that's what I've learned in this game is that humility takes it very fast. And I always remember say it's about the product, not you. And the music is the product. So that's what I would say.
Do you want to give your fans more of you, though? Because I feel like knowing more of you is such a draw. Like this conversation, I'm so glad we're having it. Yeah, I can't wait to share it.
No, I mean, like, yeah, I want fans to know about me, of course, 100%. But like,
just the aspect of making music, yeah,
like,
it's like for the people.
You get me? I like Jordan's shoes. You know, I don't know much about Jordan life. I know he's a great basketball player,
right?
But I like the product he gives me. You know what I mean? So that's what I think. I feel like the product should be like well given, but the person behind the product should always be the calm, cool person that goes in the rooms.
Right.
You know, forget the marketing. For say, okay, Jordan's gonna be in this store, is gonna be in that store. And I feel like that is one thing that I feel like if I would ever give advice, if we're moving to that point, if I ever give bad advice to any artist, my advice would be make it about the music because nobody cares about that. Somebody cares about each song.
Absolutely. Yeah. Kranium, thank you so much for being here. This conversation was A1.
I really appreciate it.
We've unpacked a lot of things. Coming from childhood, the relationships you done been in and been out, the music. And I can't wait to hear more. Mama's Boy is out.
Right now.
Yes. When's the next single coming?
I'm not even sure. I just dropped this song like 6 days ago.
I know.
So I'm not even, I'm mentally...
You're not even thinking that.
I have like 2 records already set up called Lucky Fan, where I'm basically talking about...
Ooh.
Yeah. Things that happen on the road and stuff like that. But
oh God.
Mama's Boy I released it I posted it as like before the song released on TikTok.
And they loved it.
And everybody just started using the artist. I was like, okay, let's drop it. And when I dropped the song, it's been moving good ever since. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for Mama's Boy.
Thank you so much.
And of course, we're always waiting and willing and ready for more.
Respect.
Unpack that.
You're in the right place. It's Unpack That with Miabelle.